You cooking? Oh, is baby cold? She's asleep. Yeah.
Ese es el inicio. It's Daisy.
Well, hello friends and good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Well, it's morning for me. I don't know if it's morning where you are, but it is about 7:30ish here, and I am so excited to take you along today as I show you our summer groove, our summer flow, our summer routine. I don't even know, summer schedule, whatever you want to call it. And to be clear, I feel like we have just found our rhythm this week, and it is almost August. Our school system in our county doesn't start back until September, like the day after Labor Day is when we go back. I work at a half-day preschool, the ones that my daughters attend, so we follow the school schedule and all of that to say we still have one more month, thankfully. I don't know how people do it that only have a 2-month summer, because like I said, we are just now finding a rhythm that works for us. Like, it has been kind of tough this summer. Like, I'm trying to not wish it away, but at the same time, it's hard not having structure, and as much as I try to implement it, I also want to have like fun and flexibility, and so it's tough. A change is always tough, especially when you have small children. But the other side of that coin is that things are always changing in our schedule and routine and structure with little kids, because nap times are changing. Like, our 2-year-old dropped her nap this summer. Our 1-year-old is most of the time just doing one longer nap midday, but sometimes gets 2 in. And so yeah, like I said, it's just all over the place. If you're a mama, then you understand. If you're not a mama, you might understand as well if you have experience with children. But anyways, I'm so glad that we have found our system. And watch me say that, and today it all just fall apart, but that's okay. I'm here to show you real life, and I hope that you enjoy this. So far, I woke up around 6, which is what I try to do, because our oldest is usually up by 6:30. And then I start my day by reading. She gets up, help her get situated. I continue reading while she plays. And then, like, she's doing TV time right now. She usually does that until her sister wakes up, between 8 and 9, maybe. I don't really know. I have been trying to go out around 7 each morning, maybe a little later, and water the garden, because it is so hot. Like, yesterday we hit 100 degrees here in Georgia. So I'm trying to water my garden 2 or 3 times a day, especially early morning and later at night when it cools down after the girls have gone to bed. So watered the garden, took some pictures, because we have some things really really doing well, and it's really exciting. If you saw my June garden tour, then you know my first harvest round was a struggle. This one so far is going much better than my first, and I'm just so thrilled. I'm a first-time gardener, and I'm so excited about it. So if you're curious, I'll link that somewhere up here so you can see the first garden tour and how hopeful I was for a better second harvest. And I'm still very hopeful, but maybe even more so because I actually see it. I see it doing better. I just am like, please don't stop. Please don't give up on me. But yeah, so right now I'm about to work on some household stuff. Like I said, I took some pictures outside of the garden that I'm going to work on and then share over on my Instagram if you want to follow there. It's the same name, Megan Blakely, no spaces, but an underscore at the end. I had another account that didn't have an underscore, but it got hacked over a year ago. So gonna do all that. Might work on some video stuff. This is usually the time where I like try to knock out my sit down, need full attention type of thing. I'm a morning person, and at this point, you know, only one girl is awake that might need me, so I just try to knock all of this out either now or late at night after the girls go to bed. But honestly, at that point my brain is like no good. So gonna get to that. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just glad that you're here.
Got it, didn't you, sweetie? Are you filming her? So I stuck my finger in my eye.
Come on. And okay, so we have made our way outside. Usually by about an hour after Annie is awake and both girls are inside, they need some outdoor stimulation. So that's where we are now. We're playing with water because it is already hot. It's 9:30 in the morning. And while they play, as long as they're content, I'm actually going to work on a desk that I've been sanding for Rosie's room. So I just have like one more leg and then some touch-ups to do on it. So hopefully I can make good progress as long as they will comply. Oh, and Granny came over earlier. She usually comes by in the mornings before she goes out and runs her errands. So she came by for a few minutes and we'll see her again later this afternoon. Yeah. Good job.
And that for
The corn.
I gave you
Rosie, amazing. Okay, so we have just come in from being outside for a little bit. I think we were out there for like an hour and a half. And Annie actually went down for her nap just now. She's been quiet. Usually she goes a little bit longer than this, so she may be tired. We had a full day yesterday. But yeah, so I am about to, did I say what time it is? I don't know if I said what time it is. It's like 10:45. I got the desk mostly sanded, as good as it's gonna get for now. I didn't really want like a farmhouse distressed look, but I'm so tired of sanding. I've been working on that thing for over a month, so it's time. It's good enough. And down the road, if I want it to be done differently or better, I'll do it then. But for now, I'm just going to put a wax sealant on the top of the desk and maybe around like the rim of it or something, just in case of spills. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that while Rosie chills, plays on her own, and then after I finish waxing, I'm going to get started on lunch. I'm thinking of BLT today, and then my granny should be coming back in a little bit, and I'm gonna cut her hair for her. So that's what we have coming up.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand.
Okay, so we have eaten lunch, we have cut Granny's hair. I don't think Annie ever napped. Like, she was in her room for a little over an hour, I think it was, and she would be quiet for a while. Okay, so as I was saying, I don't think Annie ever slept earlier. She would get quiet for a little bit, and then I'd hear her like in there cooing and jumping around and stuff. So I don't think that she ever actually went to sleep, which is why I just put her back in her room. And yeah, hopefully she'll get a nap now, because it is 1:15. The last few days, this is the time she's been waking up from like a 2-hour nap, and then she'll stay up until 8 or 8:30. So we're gonna see what happens here. This may be bad. But yeah, so now I'm just trying to figure out what exactly to do with my time, because usually I was productive all through her nap time, and now that she's awake, I just sit and hang out with the girls. We read together, that kind of thing. But now I don't really need to do that at the moment, so I may still read a little bit. We've been reading through Little House on the Prairie. On the Banks of Plum Creek is the one that we've been reading through this summer, and I just read while the girls play, and I'm just trying to help develop a love for reading and learning in general. So just, it's just one of those things where it really doesn't matter to me if they understand any of what's being said, but they hear the excitement in my voice and they see that I am reading, and hopefully that'll translate into them wanting to read, because it is a really fun thing when you can do it for leisure. I keep remembering that I'm rocking in this chair. I don't think that's going to translate very well to video, but probably look like something funky. But yeah, so anyways, I guess I'm just going to chill. Rosie's playing right now. Usually she goes down for a chill time while Annie is down. But now that all that's been thrown off, I don't really know what's about to happen. I told you this could all fall apart today because I said I was going to film it.
Is that outside?
Is that a bumblebee?
Oh, outside, sweet.
Okay, y'all, so I'm going to be really honest with you. I've been pretty bored for the last 45 minutes. This never happens. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Annie's still sleeping. It's about 2:30. Rosie's just been doing her thing, which I'm very grateful for. All of these things. But yeah, so I don't really want to get into anything. There are things that I can do, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to get into anything new or too involved, because I know that it'll only last for so long, and I currently have a lot of different projects going on, so I don't want to add one more to the list. So I'm trying to just relax, brainstorm for future things. But yeah, so I think it's a Friday. Today's Friday. I don't know if I said that, but we're going to do pizza night tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix together our crust for that and let it be rising for the next little bit. It really only needs an hour to rise, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Sometimes I think about how, not how much easier, but in a lot of ways, how much simpler life would be with me going to work and bringing in an income like I did for several years when we first got married. Or on the really hard days, I'll even have some family members that straight up ask me, they're like, "You sure you don't want to get a job? You sure you don't want to go back to work? Put the kids in daycare," or whatever. And I'm always like, no, please don't send me back to work. I did not like it there. I worked a few different jobs after I graduated college. I thought that maybe it was the workplace or the work that I was doing that I wasn't passionate about. And I guess at the end of the day it was, but there wasn't anything wrong necessarily with those places. It was more so just I felt so out of place, and I was definitely not doing what I was created to do. And at the end of the day, I know that, when you gotta work, you gotta work. And that's kind of where we were. So I was grateful for a paycheck. I was grateful for a job. I was grateful to the Lord for how He was helping me in us providing for our family. But what I'm doing here in my home with my girls, it just feels so much more like it fits like a glove. Every day is not easy, and it's definitely a role where oftentimes I don't see a lot of fruit produced. I don't see quick instant gratification on most of the things that I'm doing, but I am always convicted and reminded whenever I hear or read about my charge in this season of life to direct my kids' affections, and that's really what I'm responsible for. I mean, these early years are so critical in their brain development and who they're going to be as they get into the age of grade school, Lord help us, teenage years, and into adulthood. Like, I want to be raising pleasant people who have well-rounded interests and a deep desire to connect with others and to love on others and just confidence in themselves. A lot of these things that I felt I was lacking as like a high schooler, and it led me to make some poor decisions. I'm confident that if the Lord led me back to the workplace, He would still manage to plant those seeds into my children's hearts and lives. But ultimately, I'm just so glad that I have the time and ability to do that full time right now. I knew better than to say I was bored, because right after, just as soon as I got that dough mix together, which is currently overflowing from the bowl that it's in, I was afraid that might happen. It's still got like 40 minutes to go. Right after that, Annie woke up. So, she's here. Hey, girl. Anyways, we're just snacking on some bacon, but yeah, I need to mix up some bug spray for her. I've read that. Goodness, she keeps hitting her hand. Come here. I have been reading that you can mix. Who is that? That you can mix peppermint extract, vanilla extract, and I think just water, but I need to look back at the recipe. Oh boy. So I might try to mix that together real quick, and then I think we might go to my granny's for some ice cream and also just a change of scenery. You guys, this is not the norm. Like, typically I can stay inside all day, and we've been outside a lot. I've just been thrown off of our rhythm a little bit today with Annie taking a different nap time. But I think tonight we're actually, when Nicholas gets off work, I think we're going to take them to a local little beach at the lake. And yeah, that way, since she's woken up a little bit later from her nap, since we've been around the house a lot today, we can get some of that energy out, do some sensory stuff with the sand, and just be in the great outdoors. It'll be good for all of us. It'll be wonderful. I may even pack our pizza in a picnic basket and we can have dinner on the beach. Feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout, I'm in. Oh, if you're happy and you know it, spin around. If you're happy and you know it, spin around. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, spin around. What are you eating, Rosie?
A dirty spoon. I did, but I didn't want to go. I didn't tell you I was getting nothing solid. I didn't tell you I didn't want to show you that.
Easy. Okay, so after some playground time and time at Granny's, I brought Annie back home with me. I track Nicholas on, my parents think I'm just spying on him all the time, but I never know when to start dinner because a lot of the times he does not get to leave work on time. He's supposed to leave at 4:30. A a lot of the times he doesn't leave until like 5:15 or so. So I just never quite know when to put dinner, like how to keep dinner hot long enough for him to get home and eat it. But I looked, it's 5 o'clock on the dot now, and I looked, so sorry. I looked just a couple minutes ago while we were at Granny's house, and he's like 5 minutes from home. So I am about to knead this pizza dough, then it has to sit for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna throw it in the oven. It doesn't have to cook long. I do need to like put stuff on it, obviously. Anyways, we'll see if we actually go anywhere tonight. This afternoon kind of got away from me, but no lie, and I'm just gonna stand here and talk to y'all some more about it, but no lie, my girls are so rough with each other today. Like, I mean, they start out just having fun and being all like wild, but in a, like they're enjoying it kind of way. And then it just escalates quickly and they're like fighting mad with each other. So I was not about to leave both of them with Granny. Also, that's why we went back outside this afternoon. Even though it's nearly 100 degrees, might I add, we were not about to stay in this house any longer. So I feel like this day started out so peaceful, and then there was like a boring point, and then bam, here we are. So happy evening, happy witching hour. Does anybody else have a witching hour in the evening with small kids? Because we sure do, and it's right now, but it's okay because thankfully Granny is a huge help. She lives right behind us on our property, and Rosie's content over there coloring for the next few minutes. And me and Annie are just here doing our thing until Nicholas gets home, and then he'll be a huge help too. But, and it's not like, I know the big trad wife movement is it's a hot topic right now. And it's not like I think I need to be in my heels and have, you know, dinner hot and ready for him on the table with a perfectly clean house and like clean, well-dressed, well-behaved kids. Like, we're doing real life around here, okay? I just think that he works really hard for us and allows me the opportunity to stay home, which is what I've always wanted. And so the least that I can do is serve him by having a good home-cooked meal on the table when he gets here after a long day of work and doing things that I would never want to do. I used to do them. I don't ever want to do them again. But I'm open to what the Lord has planned. Always want to throw that in. I'm not saying that I'm reluctant towards doing things. I'm just saying I love what I'm at. So anyways, all this jabbering is not getting me any closer to having a warm home-cooked meal on the table. I thought that was him. I'm about to get to this. Get out of the way. Alright, so after we ate some pizza, there were a couple of final things that I wanted us to get done for Rosie's room makeover. If you didn't see that video, be sure to go check it out. I'll link it here on the screen. I just wanted to move the shelf out and actually put it in Annie's room. And in the midst of that, you know, they always talk about that second child being something else. And she was such a chill baby. Like, as a newborn, she was so much easier than Rosie was. But here we are now. She's playing with drills. She's climbing ladders on her own.
Go, baby, go.
Bless her.
Go, baby, go.
She keeps it interesting for sure. She never stops.
Baby, go.
big spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. So nothing about this evening has gone according to plan. Also, there's such a weird lighting outside right now. Like, we thought it was gonna storm. You saw the footage. It rained like just for a second and then completely stopped, and now it's like orange. It's weird outside, so I feel like this lighting is really strange. We ate dinner. We moved a bookshelf that I've been wanting to move for a while. Should be like really almost done with Rosie's room now. And actually, you probably saw that video last week. If you didn't, go check that out. Very exciting stuff. So you remember, it was like a mad dash to get dinner done. I was just like, well, we don't have to like go out anywhere, like in the car, anywhere, something that's gonna load us up. We can just like go on a walk down our road. And then the fake storm came, so we didn't even do that. So we spent like a couple of hours trying to get the girls to bed, really, like an hour and a half. They're just acting tired but not willing to give it up. So there's that. And Nicholas is watering the garden again because the rain really didn't do as much as we needed. Some of my plants are just looking really pitiful. Some are looking really good, and then some are just looking sad. It's just hot. It's so hot. They're getting scorched, and we're watering them multiple times a day. The crops are fine. It's more my flowers, so I don't know if I'm doing those wrong. I don't know. Can you even hear me over these crickets right now? Also, the lightning bugs are out. It really is wonderful to live in the South. But I'm out here. I'll get to it eventually. I'm out here because after the girls go down, we usually do all of the garden watering, put the chickens up because they've been free ranging since like 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon. And yeah, I am actually going to work on a recent flower that I got because it's in a pot and I didn't mix ground dirt and potting soil, so it's not really getting acclimated to the ground that I'm going to be putting it in the fall. And it's one of the ones that's just looking really sad. So I'm going to go ahead and just work on some things there. Hopefully it won't upset it too much, but I just got it 2 days ago, so surely it's not, I mean, it doesn't look comfortable in the pot that it's in. But anyways, it's getting dark, so I'm going to go ahead and try to knock all that out. It's about 8:30. This is around normal time for when the girls actually go to bed. So yeah, I hate that we didn't get to like go and do something fun as a family tonight because we do have a busy weekend of to-dos around the house ahead. So I was kind of looking forward to that, but there's no reason to like add that extra stress to all of us. And for what, you know, like we had fun sitting on the porch watching it almost storm, so it's okay. Oh, I also I was looking on Instagram earlier and had a sponsored ad come across my screen. Don't you love those? It was talking about mind games, and it was like so many people, a certain percentage of people can't figure this out, and it showed it, but then it never showed the solution. And so I was like, dadgummit, I'm gonna have to download that app and do the game. Well, I downloaded the app and I'm doing like the free trial of it for 3 days. I'm not gonna pay for it, but I downloaded the app to play that game, and it's got me playing all these other mental games that now I'm sucked into. I haven't even ever found that game, but I feel like I am just like sucked into it now, and I can't get out until my free trial's over. But for the next 3 days, that's all I'm gonna be doing. So anyways, that's how I spent my Friday night. But you know what? It's summer. The girls were content. They were playing, they were watching TV, hanging out, all of us in the same room as a family. Maybe we were all doing super first world, modern day technological things, but that's okay. And even as I've been out here, the light has just disappeared. So on this note, I'm going to sign off. I hope that you all had a wonderful time coming along with me on this slow summer day. I feel like parts of it were really slow, but that's okay. I am grateful for them. I know that one day I will be longing for them again. So I'm soaking up the time with my girls. I'm soaking up the time at home, and just creating our little homestead. There's so many things that are just evolving right now. I hope you have a great day wherever you're at, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, guys.